Alright, guys, welcome to, as the title suggests, another beer haul I didn't really have an intention of making. Um, of course, when you are going to a bottle shop with intention of buying a few beers, there is always that risk that you will buy a few more beers on top of that. And I was going for a couple of reasons, mainly to get the beer that I want to review for review 700 or 800, I can't remember, but also to sort of do a video at the same time, essentially, to celebrate 300 subscribers. And Craig from Get Beer Review says more beer. Yes, indeed. Yeah, this is this is definitely the last little haul that I'm doing. Mainly because I've got a few things lined up in November. First off is seeing Hugh Cornwell in Manchester with my papa, and then the day after, Rob's coming up to Manchester as well. Or would that be coming down to Manchester? Geographically, I don't know what that will be. So we're going to probably be doing a little bit of a sesh, even though I'm in work the next day. But any excuse to meet up with anyone is a good excuse, and be interested to see if my dad will enjoy the same beers that we will enjoy. So it's going to be a good little weekend. Got myself a coffee, just got back from Wigan. And yeah, so I've got that happening. Well, I've got Red Dead Redemption coming tomorrow. So thankfully, I'll probably be too busy playing on that to actually be doing anything else, aside from working, of course. What else? And then a week or so later, I am still getting all finalised. Going to be meeting up with Harry and Dean up Harry's way. Oi oi. And yeah, so I want to have some money for that because I don't think I'm going to be able to do the whole weekend. Well, probably this will contribute to me not being able to do the whole weekend, but I definitely want to be able to meet up with Harry again and, of course, meet up with Dean for the first time. And there is a very small potential that Rob might be coming up as well, so that'd be a nice meet up. And got a few bottles that I want to take down for a little bit of a bottle share. And even if I won't be participating in the bottle share, I want to at least give them a few beers to enjoy. Because as you guys know, these guys are my beer brothers, and they mean a fucking hell of a lot to me. As does Craig from Kept Beer Reviews, as I've gone on plenty of times before. So yeah, whenever I get the opportunity to do that, meet up with them, I wanna jump at it. Even though I wasn't able to meet up with James because we were talking about going to Berlin. I think he is going to Berlin actually, which will be good. So I've got Germany planned for next year more than once. But yeah, so that's November, and then in December, I'm going up to Leeds to watch Ben Atwell once again with my dad. There might be a little bit of a meet up with Rob as well. Obviously, dependent on how Rob and my dad get on. That's a very odd thing to come to a realization to. So yeah, plus I've got paid for the 2 all advent calendar, so at least that's December's beer money pretty much sorted because I really need to cut down. Not for like any sort of like dependency issues or anything like that. It's just I feel that I'm drinking a bit too much on a regular basis, even though most times it's just like one beer every couple of nights, something like that. But yeah, this should see me through. Plus, from review 700, I will be cutting down to a beer review every 2 days. Just to alleviate the pressures of uploading these reviews to YouTube, which apparently, yeah, we might have that right taken away from us with the new laws that might be coming into place. Was it next year with YouTube, this anti-meme law that it's been labelled? It's like Law 53, I don't know what it's called. It's a fucking joke, quite frankly. Basically, if you post anything to do with a meme, the copyright holder of that meme can sue the living shit out of you. So yeah, let's take all the fun and creativity out of the internet because some people get overly sensitive and this gets a knock-on effect. But yeah, so fuck those people. Anyway, going off topic. That's not a good coffee at all. Anyway, I've got a Leberkuchen left, and got a couple of food items as well. So I'll get that sort of first. So, because I'm a dirty northerner, even though I don't sound it, I really don't sound. I don't have the same accent that my family have. I don't have the same accent that a lot of people who live around me have, because Skelmersdale pretty much was Scousers coming over. Coming over. That sounds like I'm, fucking a proud patriot sort of person, which I'm not. Although I have been, not gonna lie, I have been rocking the turned up jeans with Doc Martens recently. Mainly because it's a good style, and yeah, I know there are some like sort of negative ramifications, but I'm not wearing it for that. Because if you actually know your history, you sensitive arseholes, you'll know that it was both black and white people, and not just British born, but also people from Jamaica and other cultures who, they were together because they were and still are the underclass. So there wasn't any sort of racial divide between the working classes back in the day. So when you see this skinhead culture and the turned up jeans, the Doc Martens, the Ben Sherman, and the bomber jackets and that sort of stuff, it got corrupted by some shits essentially. So yeah, not that I've had any sort of backlash for that. I had a few jokes like who in work, like whose head are you going to kick in today? It's just banter, but yeah, I know some people do get overly sensitive about shit like that, and it's like, just grow up. It's because of the people like you that these sort of angry subcultures exist. Because people get fed up of whiners, and that has led to racist gangs attacks, or because people are fucking whining for no reason. Anyway, that's my soapbox comment of the day sorted, even though I had a cracker yesterday on Facebook, which got me a bit of backlash. But, when I jokingly say that if a pipe bomb did indeed get sent to George Soros, Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, would it be a bad thing? I don't literally mean, I wasn't posing a legitimate question. Would that be a bad thing if people got blown up because of political differences? No, that would be ridiculous. But of course, there are some people who just can't take any sort of political jokes. It was in poor taste, don't get me wrong, but yeah, not that the likes of Barack Obama, George Soros, or Hillary Clinton are innocent by any stretch. But anyway, what has this devolved into? We're here to talk about beer. So yeah, because I'm a dirty northerner, that's where it all stemmed from, because I don't sound the same as other people where I come from. And it turned into whatever that was. But yeah, Greg's sausage rolls, already had one on the bus home. And got a tiny bit of Tesco's haul. Saw these at Tesco's from Seabrook, and it's the Fire Eaters Smoking Hot Smokehouse Cayenne flavour. I know they're not going to be the spiciest in the world, but I'm looking forward to them. Even though they do actually have other versions. Oh damn, I wish I'd have seen those. Because as you know, I'm doing a bit more food related content, and I'm not copying off Simon Martin. Just putting it out there. Not that anyone's brought that up. Anyway, where am I going? So that's some food. Might do a sort of video with those crisps, try and pair it with beer somewhere down the line. We shall see. Anyway, so picked up a couple of beers from Tesco's. I just went in there on the off chance just to see what they had, and they had a few of the hype beers. But I was like, I won't get too many. I'll be sensible because I've just spent a nice chunk of money in Northern Beer Temple. So, finally got myself a can of the Love and Hate from Vocation, which is the New England Pale Ale, clocking in at 7.2%. So wouldn't that be an IPA? I don't know. So yeah, yeast Vermont, hops are Citra Galaxy, and malt is super pure malted oats. So looking forward to trying that. Really wanted to give that a go because I've heard it's comparable to some of the big boys out there. So I might do something, I don't know. I'm not going to waste 2 beers on that sort of video. But anyway, and the next one from Vocation and collaboration with Yeasty Boys is the Breakfast Club, which is the Waffle and Blueberry Breakfast Stout. 6.9%. Edition number 3 though, so it's annoying that I'll never be able to try edition 1 and 2. And then one that sounds interesting, the Strawberry Milkshake IPA, which is, or Fraser as it's called, which is a collaboration between Thornbridge and 4Pure, which I've not seen too many people talk about this one. It has been the waffle beer. It's still not made it up my Tesco extra. I didn't think it would appear in the Wigan Tesco, but it did. And they've actually reduced that now to £2.50. So if it does show, it probably will. See, now I could have picked up a couple of cans of that and sent you one. I'm sure I'll be at Tesco's at some point. And if I do see it, Craig, I'll pick you one up. Because that's what beer brothers do. So yeah, that was my tiny little Tesco's haul. So look out reviews of those. And yeah, so I went to Northern Beer Temple mainly because I needed to get a beer for my 300 subscriber / 700th review. And I also had another reason because I came home from work from a late shift to find out that my additional bottle of the Augustine Oktoberfest beer had been drank, as well as, wait for it, probably technically the rarest beer that I own, the Baghaven Beer Club. Yeah, which was exclusive to Beer Club members, so I'll never get to try that. Hey, Miss Phyllis, I've been in Tesco for ages. We'll have to get up there soon. Yeah, you will, Terry, because there's some absolute... The range in my Tesco has gone up leaps and bounds. Loads of new Camden stuff. There's a bit more variation on Thornbridge. So tempted to pick up a 4-pack of the Jaipur, because didn't really think too much of the bottled version. But yeah, loads of stuff that's not there. And then the real ale selection has grown as well. So I know if I do get beers for over the Christmas period, I could just stock up on the supermarkets and take a bunch of like that 3 for £5.25 deal. And I saw that Asda are actually doing a 12 days of Brewdog box, or Brewdog have released a 12 days of Brewdog box, which have got a couple of the Christmas beers in there, as well as like Punk, 5am Saint. I don't know why people like that beer. It's such a boring fucking beer. Then Chris from On the Temp says, hi buddy. How you doing, Chris? Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, the Brewdog 12 beers of Christmas box they've released. It's got Punk, Elvis Juice, Dead Pony, all the headliners. And then it's got Jet Black Heart, that raspberry beer, that's like the low alcohol one, and I think that it's got Lost Lager, and then it's got 2 of the Christmas themed beers. I think it was about £10.30 from what I'd seen online. So I might potentially pick that up, because Brewdog beers, they're good just to knock back and throw away. But yeah, I went to North Beer Temple pretty much to replace my Augustine Oktoberfest beer, because I was hoping to use that for a video I might be doing with Tony and Dean, and I also needed the special beer for the milestone, I suppose. But yeah, I'm proper gutted this beer got drank. Of all the beers that they could have helped themselves to, I mean, they're not to know, but personally, if you're just going through someone else's beer stash, then shame on you. But he did have good reason, because he was having a hangover, because he'd just come back from let's say a family event, and yeah, so he yeah, I'm not gonna. And if you're gonna get angry over beer, then that's when you know you've got a bit of a problem. Do you know what I mean? It's a wild ale anyway, and it's a style that I'm not too big into. But yeah, I was actually looking forward to that, and that was actually going to be the milestone beer. But hey ho, these things happen. I'd much rather someone I know enjoy it than it have potentially been knocked off the shelf and smashed when no one could have drank it. Tasting notes though, what? Tasting notes, what? It were very hoppy. Yeah, so that's the sort of palate we're contending with there. But yeah, as I said, if you're gonna get, I mean, I'm salty. I'm salty as fuck about it, but I'm not gonna get angry about it, because it's just beer at the end of the day. And it's actually that was like almost like a realization. It's like, well, it is just essentially beer. And then a couple of days later, soft arse here goes and buys a bit of a beer haul. So I've got another bottle of the Augustiner Oktoberfest, which is very happy to do that because it's the Augustiner Oktoberfest. Then we got another beer from Weird Beard, and this was in collaboration with Electric Nurse, and it's the Bearded Nurse Barley Wine at 10.2% ABV. Not had too many barley wines, so I thought, do you know what, I'm going to revisit Weird Beard, because I think they're one of those breweries that every beer I've had from them has been top notch. I think it was like even Review 100 was the Sadako Russian Imperial Stout, which is phenomenal. But they just seem to like go under the radar slightly when they're probably one of the more experimental breweries out there. Then I got a bottle of the Caramel Fudge Stout from Brewery Keys because I'd never had a Brewery Keys beer. I might have drank one as part of the Manchester Piss Up, but a lot of that is a blur. Then we've got, because I've not had it for ages and none of the supermarkets sell it, got myself a can of the High Wire Grapefruit from Magic Rock. Proper banger. I might actually keep hold of that and do a comparison between that and Elvis Juice. I don't know yet. Yeah, it is a great beer. And I was actually tempted to pick up a can of 4Pure's juice box and 4Pure's Easy Peeler because they're both in Tesco's, but unfortunately, juice box isn't part of the promotion. So I was like, yeah, I can't justify that. I've spent enough on beer today. Then I got a bottle of the Echt Schlenkerla Rauchbier Urbock. That was actually a really nice attempt at a German accent then. It was definitely Bavarian, I would say. But yeah, I don't think I've had this one yet. I don't think I have. I think this is a beer that I had when I was getting really into beer. And I tried the Märzen for the first time, fell absolutely in love with it and picked that up and was like, nah, not my thing. It was either that or like it was the green label, which might have been the Weizen. I'm not too sure. So got that as well. Then I got some Can Action. A couple of Northern Monk beers. Where has that gone? Well, three Northern Monk beers, but two as part of the Patrons Project. The first one was the Double Indian Pale Ale Mosaic Edition, brewed in collaboration with Finback and artwork from James Butler. Speaking of artwork, how gorgeous is that can? Another label to my Patrons Project collection. Lovely stuff. I love the Patrons Project series. It's probably my favourite series of beer, if that makes sense. And then this one, I'm proper looking forward to it. This is the, what's it called? Oh, it's even got a music download, which is always good. This is the Cacao, Tonka Bean and Sour Cherry Imperial Stout, clocking in at 10% ABV. Brewed in collaboration with Amundsen, Northern Monk, and then artwork, I think, from Steve Miles and Monochromicon, which I'm guessing is, yeah, a few bands. Monochromicon, Namasta, and Sir Impaler. So, Crispy, as if you're watching this, that beer's a bit metal, innit? Fucking love that artwork, though. Absolutely wonderful. It's just fantastic. I don't understand it, but I don't need to. It looks beautiful, so I look forward to trying that. Then we've got a can from the ever reliable Verdant, and this is a can brewed in collaboration with Duggars, with again fantastic artwork. Reminds me of like a sort of like 80s underground comic when I'll show you it. And this is the Liasulva, is that how it's pronounced? With a quote from Charles Bukowski on the back, of course. And this is, what is this? Is that an IPA? Pale Ale? I'm not too sure. But just look at that artwork. Absolutely wonderful, isn't it? Fantastic stuff. Love it. Hopefully I can get that label off with no problem. Then we've got a beer that I'm going to do for Halloween. Piece of crispy. It sounded like crispy. Crispy pieces. And then we've gone back to the also ever reliable brewery. That is Wylam, with a can of the Shape. Of course, as Michael Myers on there. I don't know if I'm too interested in checking out the new Halloween film because I've never been a big fan of the Halloween series. Uh, to me, it's not a classic. It's actually quite a boring film. For its time and the cinematic landscape, don't get me wrong, it's a it's a really wonderfully made film for its budget and that sort of stuff, but just doesn't do too much for me. But that being said, I might do Halloween 1, 2, and then watch the remake. We shall see, because you know I've not watched too many modern horror films. I still need to watch The Witch and stuff like It Follows and stuff like that. I've not really watched any films recently, which is a real shame, and that's why I wanted to do the sort of the film and beer podcast. And my intention was to do one on Halloween night, but unfortunately I'm working that night and then I've got an early start the next day. But I'm going to be recording this review pretty soon so I can have a Halloween special. I don't know if it's going to have anything special about it, it's just a Halloween themed beer. But yeah, The Shape, which is a double dry hopped IPA, brewed with Idaho 7, Centennial, Cryo, and Chinook BBC. Oi oi. But yeah, cool artwork on that. Fantastic. I'm thinking of a sort of Giallo inspired beer review for that one. But yeah, I really wanted to try that actually because I've seen a lot of people, including some lovely beer ladies on Instagram, enjoy that one. Just look at who I follow and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. But yeah, the next beer is one that I'm really excited to try actually. And that was the Don't Mess with Manchester Pale. Because, hey, I got the t-shirt before I even drank the beer because I thought I'd missed the beer. But John at Northern Beer Temple had one in the fridge behind the bar and said, "Well, got one left if you want to try it." So yeah, really excited to give that one a go. I was at Northern Monk Refectory when I was at Indie Man with Rob. Great place. I really like it the way it is. Some people could say it might need some finishing touches, but for me, I love it. I love that sort of like exposed wall with like girders and caged walls and stuff like that. Very industrial, very Manchester. But yeah, so now I've actually got the beer to go along with the t-shirt that I picked up while I was there. And the special thing about this is it's brewed in collaboration with Cloudwater, Track, Marble, Blackjack, and Runaway. So it's a truly Mancunian affair, and I'm all for that. So I don't think it's going to be the freshest, of course, but yeah, from what I've seen, it's a really nice. And it's even got a map on the inside label, which is always handy for your Mancunian piss ups, I suppose. So for Manchester piss up round 2, I'll be sure to keep the label. Well, if we've got Rob there, he could blindfolded take us to really good craft beer places. Could our Rob? But yeah, so really happy to give that a try. I'm looking forward to this one. From what I've heard, it's just like a little bit thin, a little bit simple. But I don't care because anything to do with Manchester, all over it. And now that Northern Monk have a presence in Manchester and did a collaboration with some of Manchester's finest, sign me up all day. And yeah, do you know what? I was going to keep this one quiet, so it was a bit of a surprise when I did the milestone beer. But fuck it, that shows commitment. If you sit through this, you'll get a little bit of an exclusive. Not that anybody cares, but we're going over to Tuol, and we are having a look at the Holy Moly, blackberries and apples rustic golden ale brewed with blackberries, apples, and molasses. So let's see. Fruits on display. This is our even more intense version of Holy Moly, a showdown of thick molasses, ripe apples, and ruby blackberries. So what's that coming in as? 9.4%. So I'm off on Saturday. So I'll probably, because Red Dead Redemption's going to be here on, well, tomorrow, Friday. When I finish work, I am just going to come straight to the Xbox One and just melt in my chair because I'll be playing Red Dead Redemption, and I'm gonna have a few beers. And while I'm doing that, I will get the milestone beer reviewed. Yeah, I have no idea what this is going to be like, but it's got a real sense of occasion to it. Almost has a Peter Saville New Order vibe with Casper Liedit's label this time. Yeah, so very much excited to try this, and it's been there every time I've been at Northern Beer Temple, so it's already got a nice little bit of aging on it, and the price is really good as well. And yeah, to all, even though I'm going to be pretty much doing Amy on Xbox, my gamer tag is. Can I read that out on video? Or I'm not going to read that out, but I can read that. If people watching this, they can read the comments anyway. But I don't like to give out personal information and name names when I've not been explicitly told that I can do, but I will do. My Xbox gamer tag, I can't remember what it is. It's Lower Caribou something, loads of numbers at the end because it was automatically generated. So I'll have to get that out there because I'm up for doing some live action, maybe some Fortnite. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, this is going to be the next milestone beer, and the beer that I'll be drinking to celebrate 300 subscribers, which will probably it will probably be 299 when I actually record and upload that video, but that's the way she goes, I think. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Looks really, really nice, and in a 750ml bottle. So if it's lovely, happy days. If it's horrible, I'll have to grin and bear it. So yeah, so that's going to be happening. Of course, German Beer Week's in full effect. And yeah, so we've got the Halloween special as well coming up. So some actual effort in videos on the Clueless Drinker channel. Who'd have thunk it? So yeah, if you've tried any of those beers, then let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. That little tuft of hair right there is very annoying. Thank you to everyone who watched this live, to Chris, Terry, and Craig. Massive thank you. You are the reason why I do this and continue to do it, as well as drinking amazing beer 80% of the time. But it's the connections I've made, the friendships, relationships that I've made, and it's one of those few instances where people within the industry, yep, dry shampoo, just putting that on the floor, where people within the brewing industry are actually approachable and actually like to interact with the people supporting them, and I think that's really important. I'll probably have to go 3 years before I get 1,000. I think you'll get there, Terry. I think you will. You definitely deserve to. That's for damn sure. But yeah, anyway, so that was a bit of an impromptu beer haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Any thoughts, opinions on the beers, then let me know. Just unsub because of your sappiness. That's why I'm doing it. I don't want 300 subscribers. I want to be back to 100. Simpler times. Happier times. Simpler times. When I didn't have people to actually depend on me. 100, not 1,000. Well, I'm sure you'll get to 1,000, Terry. Definitely deserved anyway. I don't think Chris deserves that many subscribers though, but oh well. Nah, you all do. Everyone who I associate myself with as part of BeerTube deserves all the subscribers they get. But anyone else, no. No, you don't deserve it. Darwin, you don't deserve it. The likes of you don't deserve it. Nah, the bigger YouTubers, they've got there for a reason, and I'm going to respect that. I sound like I was hating on Darwin, and I've got no reason to hate on anyone in the BeerTube community. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was all. Thoughts, opinions, recommendations down below. And yeah, hope you've been enjoying German Beer Week so far. Still actually need to upload the rest of the videos and release them. In fact, there are a few that I need to actually edit together, so I'll probably be doing that for the rest of the day. And yeah, some special videos coming up and some meetups as well. So that's a funny looking pint glass. I don't know what that was in reference to then. Which is probably about the perfect time to actually end the stream. So cheers for watching, guys, and see you next time. You all take care.